I just wondered, Russ, if you got any update for us on where we are with Supermarine.
Well, where I am, Paul, I've completed the painting, the initial painting, which I do in the frames. I don't actually take the parts off the plastic frames. Now, you might ask, well, why do you do it that way? Why don't you stick it all together and then paint it? Well, one of the first reasons is some of the bits actually are inside the plane. So you do need to paint those before you put it all together. And
so what bits are inside the plane?
Well, the pilot seat and controls for a start. It's a lot fiddly if you stick it all together and then try and paint it. But the other reason is it's a lot more practical to do all the painting. You know, the undercarriage, the undersides, the camouflage, the wings, whilst they're in the frames, because you've actually got something solid to hold while you paint it. Because it can get quite fiddly when you start sticking things together with the glue. And it can get quite messy. But by doing it that way, it makes it a lot easier to actually touch everything up afterwards, rather than laboriously try and paint everything. All you've got to do is just a little bit of touching up here and there. Now, I found that the best way to do Airfix kits, after doing probably over 100 of them before I was 15. It's quite interesting. I'm doing one now, probably after, 45 years of doing my last one. But you know what? I'm quite enjoying it.
When you're doing it, does it make you think back to when you were a boy?
It does, to the extent of a little bit, yeah, to the extent of knowing what actually makes the biggest impact. And whilst you've sort of put the paint on, that doesn't really create the effect you're looking for. The most important thing to get right is the transfers. You know, the RAF signs and the Nazi signs, if it was a Messerschmitt BF 109. Because once you get those transfers on, that really sets the model up and makes it look like a Supermarine Spitfire.